Hello! Since the lighting's really good here and we have some time, I thought like we really came a full circle this whole 2023 because I started this travel vlog in December 2023 during Christmas time when I was traveling Phuket as well. And we're back in Thailand today, but this time up north in Chiang Mai. And I thought a lot has changed in 2023 because of my YouTube channel. I'm not the same person I was 12 months ago anymore. We have some time. Let's do a how YouTube changed my life in 12 months video. Ready? Gosh, this morning it was so hot, but now it's just... this morning it was so cold. What was I saying? Now it's just warm. Where do I begin? So actually, I started this channel in December last year after a conversation with an acquaintance. I've always been a solo traveler. I've been doing that since I'm 18. I've turned 29 this year, so more than 10 years. I started solo traveling when I was in university in London because I remember I wanted to go to Manchester on one of the weekends, and it was just really difficult to coordinate with everyone for like a suitable weekend. And eventually, what happened? Eventually, I thought, I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm just gonna try to go alone because if I wait for everyone to get ready, we'll never get there. So my first solo getaway was to Manchester from London. And then thereafter, I went to Malta to take a scuba diving course on my own. That also changed my life because after my first dive trip, I realized I really like scuba diving. And then I went on to be a dive master in Mexico as well. But that is the past. Now I am a shipbroker by day. Doesn't it sound kind of exciting? Like, I don't have one of those boring and sad 9 to 5, thank God. But I still need an escape from life. Like, I can't sit around the office. I can't look at the concrete jungle of Singapore for too long. I always need to travel. Fast forward 11 years, I'm still solo traveling. And the thing is, you kind of get used to it. I just enjoy the freedom of being whoever I want and wherever I want in a new city on my own. So I will never change that. I will always be a solo traveler. But one day last year, in December, I met a client, a potential client at that time as a shipbroker, and I was telling him about my travels. And his response was that he told me that he has never tried and he will never try solo traveling because when he go on a holiday and go to a new town, and when he sees something new or eats something new and interesting, he would like to have a loved one with him to experience the joy. And I totally get that. But the thing is, no, I get that when you eat something nice, it would be nice to have someone share it with you, but it's not that essential to me actually. And actually, I've never thought of that until he said it. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't realize something and someone says it and it just plants the seed in your mind. You just can't forget about it. So a week later, I went to Thailand and that was all I could think about. Hang on. All I could think about when I was in Thailand, when I ate my first green curry, all I thought about was my best friend Jasmine actually. All I could think about was, oh my god, Jasmine would love this green curry too. I hope Jasmine was here to eat this. And then when I went to the beaches, I sat down and ate a popsicle on my own at one of the Phuket beach, and I kind of thought, would be nice actually to have someone to talk to right now. And that's how the vlogging channel started. I just thought, okay, while it would be nice to have someone, but still, on the balance, I would still rather go alone with the freedom to like not have to wait for someone and not have to discuss with someone if you want to eat Thai food today or Korean food today or not eat today or eat 5 meals per day. That's something I was not ready to give up. So while it would be nice to have someone with me, it was nicer for me to keep my freedom. That's when I took out my Samsung phone at that time. It was a company phone. And I remember when I had the green curry for the second time in Phuket at a super cheap restaurant was when I did my first vlogging footage. I might still have it. It is super salty, but it's very delicious. I think this is I don't remember, I will check it later, 200 Thai baht.
usually come with chicken, but mine comes with veggie.
And my life just changed. I don't know how I would have survived 2023 if I didn't have my YouTube channel. Because, let's get into it. Let me have some water. It's really hot. The first way that YouTube and just vlogging has changed my life in 2023 is that my life now really just have so much more meaning. I feel so much more fulfilled. I don't think I've ever felt as fulfilled in my life before I started vlogging. I just think having such a creative outlet is really important. And I didn't know how to put it into words, and I didn't know why I would have this feeling until I read the book The Pathless Path by Paul Millerd. Everyone should read this book, but like at your own risk though, it might just make you quit your job and go on the pathless path. In that book, Paul repeatedly, I think his main what is that English word? Concurring, recurring point throughout the whole entire book was that the only way to have a fulfilling life, the only way to feel purposeful. Did I just like hold my boob when I say purposeful? Like that's not where my purpose lies, but the only way to have a fulfilling life is through creative work. And if you haven't done it before, you might not agree. You might think, oh my God, through making a lot of money, I might be able to have a purposeful life or stuff like that, or your family and friends, maybe. But to me, I really agree with that because like as a child, we were all creative, right? As a child, we drew, we sang, we danced, we wrote love poems to our loved ones. I'm not sure if you did it. I did it, but like I'm still single now, so maybe that wasn't the best way to go when you were young. But like everything was just so creative when you were young, especially like you were forced to take these art and craft lessons, piano lessons, dance lessons. You might not like it at that time, but I just feel like at least that was a creative outlet. And then as an adult, I think you guys didn't know this. I was a lawyer by training. I went to law school in London. Now I'm a shipbroker and I'm happily so. I mean, no, okay, I take that back. I would prefer to not be able to work, but as long as I have to work, oh, unless you guys subscribe and like if I could monetize this YouTube channel, maybe who knows, we could travel full time. So subscribe. Please support me. Anyway, I was saying what I was saying. Oh, so I've always been a creative child actually. And before I went to law school, actually I went to film school first in Singapore. I didn't complete it because I wanted to go to England to study law. So there was always a filmmaker in me. But then you go to law school, you're so busy, you're studying every free moment that you have. Like I'm an Asian kid, we have to like be the top. So I never went out. And then after that, I started working, and your bones just feel so old. I did ballet also for like 12 years. But like as you get older and you stop for a few years, you just, oh my God, you can't bend your body like that anymore. So I stopped ballet, I stopped making films. I've always liked to ride. Do you hear that helicopter? Like there was a point in my life I thought I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write novels because up to this day, even though I'm single, I really do believe in love. So I once thought I wanted to write a love novel. Who knows, maybe one day I'll write that. So it's not until I started vlogging again, as in the actual filming and the editing thereafter, that I started finding creative work again as an adult. So since 18 to 29, I did not have a creative outlet at all. I was just working all day or drinking and just spending all my money and time just socializing or working or traveling. But as soon as I started vlogging, it just clicked. And I realized actually I knew how to edit this video from my 2 years in film school. So it wasn't hard for me. And I really enjoy editing video because like through the editing, when I'm filming, when I'm vlogging, I actually don't know how the story will flow. I don't know because it's so live, right? I don't know what I will experience. I don't know what the plot is when I'm taking the video. Like, I don't know where this video is going at the end, actually. I just sat down and talk. So it's only through editing that you really craft the storyline and the plot. The whole entire creative process of filming something from nothing and then piecing it together, choosing the background music, cutting, editing, thinking like what would look well, how you create a product that people would want to watch and you would be proud of, is just so satisfying. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, okay, it does matter. I want you to watch it and I want you to subscribe. But like, even if none of you watch it, it really doesn't matter, because the satisfaction of vlogging and like creating something comes from the act of creating itself. The end product, if someone likes it, if someone appreciates it, it's just a bonus. You do it for yourself. Like the absolute control that you have over this art, knowing that you and only you could do it, because everyone's creativity and everyone's like eye is different. No one can create what I create. Not like it's the best, but I'm just saying every piece of art is unique. So the whole idea and control that you have from creating something from scratch, it's just priceless. I don't think I can put it better in words than Paul Miller did in his book. So if you want to get like an idea of what I'm trying to say about how everyone should have a creative outlet, just go and read his book. Find a creative hobby. You could start ballet again as an adult. You could do pottery. You could paint. You could make videos, even if no one watches them. You could even start a business, because start a business requires like a very creative mind as well. You could make postcards. There are endless options. But like my point is, pick a creative hobby, and I hope you get to feel like the sense of fulfillment that I feel as well. Oh, to end that first point, I remember I read this before a long time ago, and it finally makes sense to me when I found vlogging. It says that like everybody should have 3 hobbies: one to make you money, one to keep you fit, and one to keep you creative. In order to have a balanced life, you need all 3. And for the longest time, I only have 2. I like shipbroking and it makes me money. Not a lot, because you can't have enough money. You just need to know when to stop and when to be content. And I do like to do CrossFit. Hey! Well, I'm so embarrassed. I'm not sure if I'll put that in the video. And that keeps me fit. But like, yeah, that one thing to keep me creative was not there. And now that it's there, I feel like all 4 corners of my life are balanced. So point number 1, it makes my life so much more fulfilled and purposeful and meaningful. And I think we're gonna check out now, because we have to go and have lunch and catch the bus to Chiang Rai. So see you later. Okay. By the way, in case you're wondering what this beautiful view is, we are at Pha Hi Mountain Cafe and View Camp or something like that. The name is too long, in Chiang Rai, and it is Christmas Day today. And same as last year, we're spending it alone, which is what we prefer. Okay, so we're on to the, oh my god. How do I do this? Fuck. Oh my holy crap. Is there a way you could burn your nail? Because I just did. Okay. Oh, so stupid, Sebi. You're supposed to, I like how like, oh my god, I literally just boiled my finger, okay? You're supposed to like put the candle thingy up, isn't it? So like, my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ha. Okay, now we can start the damn video. The second way YouTube changed my life is that like, linked to the first one, because like it is so important to me. It is like such a center part of my life right now. It kind of gives me like an invisible armor, because like nothing else matters anymore. I think like I observe this same thing when people become parents for the first time. Like all of a sudden their child becomes like their world, and everything else that don't matter falls out of place. Everything that doesn't align with like my progress with YouTube, like my progress towards like a life that is focused on YouTube, doesn't matter to me anymore. And my day job, I am a shipbroker by day. It is a 99% male dominated industry, and as a female broker, you encounter so many misogynies every single day. You could work very hard Yet the male brokers would talk you down like you don't exist. They would, when you do a good job, people who don't know would think it was your boss who's done it. And nowadays, when people say this stuff to me, when men say this stuff to me about like my day job, it really does not matter to me anymore because my day job don't matter. I guess what I'm trying to say is, using the analogy of like a parent with a newborn baby, YouTube is my newborn baby. So all my energy is focused on it. I just want to do better in it. So all this noise, all this office politics, all this misogynist talk, literally does not bother me anymore. That's how strong an armor YouTube has created for me. And it's Christmas Day today. Wherever you are, whoever you are listening to this video, I hope at some point you find that one thing that really matters to you, like YouTube or like the newborn child is to a person, because it acts as such a strong anchor to your life. It brings you a lot of inner peace because it shuts out all the useless things. It gives you a clear direction on what you want to focus on in your life. And the third way that YouTube has changed my life is that it saved me a lot of money and time. Because right now, like YouTube and video making has become like my yardstick for measuring what I should spend money on and what I should spend my time on. What I mean is, before that, I used to be going out to dinners and spending all my money all the time, every night. And it's so expensive eating out in Singapore. But I would go because what else am I going to do after work? But now, because all my energy is focused on YouTube and all my money is spent on traveling to make this YouTube travel vlog, it becomes like a yardstick because I work 9 hours, 10 hours per day at least. So at 7 p.m., if someone asks me to go out to dinner, nowadays I really balance it and measuring it against going home to edit video to put out, because editing is so time consuming. I say no a lot now. I never used to say no. I never know how to say no. But now, if I would rather be editing a video than spending 3 hours having dinner with this person, then I'm going home to edit that video. The amount of time and energy you just save from like having that yardstick of like what is worth my time and what is not, it's just so life-changing. Because before that, I used to be very, very, very tolerant of people. But now, no, I don't have that additional 3 hours to waste if this person is not like improving my mental health or like improving the quality of my life, but by giving me like a good time. Then I would rather be home editing YouTube, because then I have something to put out. And because of that, I also save a lot of money, because eating out is extremely pricey in Singapore. And to be able to cut down on that, be able to have something worth cutting down on that, priceless. And the fourth way, which is I should turn on the lights instead. Give me a moment. And the fourth way it changed my life is that now I have all these memories to look back on, to remind me of the time that I'm happy, to remind me of the time I'm crying like a pathetic bitch over a guy in Mykonos. And it is just so interesting to be able to look at your life from like a third person. Is it third or second if you're looking from the outside? I don't know, say second. Looking at your life through a second person perspective, because obviously in that moment when I was filming those videos, I felt those emotions. But memories don't disappear, but memories do fade over time, and they just become clouded. Your memories change, okay, according to your experience. Like, I don't know I'm so terrible with words. But because I have them recorded down, when I look back at them, when I'm editing them, they kind of remind me of how I was feeling at that moment. Like, I remember filming the video in Crete where I visited, when I checked into the hotel by the riverfront, and I look at how genuinely happy I was. And it warms my heart to see myself so happy. I didn't know I was capable of being so happy. And it just reminded me that, Seb, you're capable of feeling so much joy. And if something is making you that happy, why the heck are you not doing more of it? Why are you stuck in the office 9 hours per day? Why don't you find a way to do this more often because life is so damn short, right? I'm a strong believer that we should all do what makes us happy. And then, of course, there are the happy footages, and there are also the pathetic ones. Q crying in Mykonos twice over 2 different men in 2 years. Like I think some of these never made it into my vlogs just because they are so vulnerable and irrelevant today. Actually, no, they're so relevant. One of them I still like very much. Another one of them is like, I forgot his first name. But to be able to have these sad crying videos to look back on, then you learn because I literally look pathetic in those videos, crying over a man who I mean nothing to and who one of them mean nothing to me today. And it just teaches me because when I love, I give my all. I love with no condition and no reservation. So looking back at these like crying videos, it just teaches me don't be so reckless in love again. Like don't give it so freely like that and learn your lesson because like literally fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I've already been fooled twice. I cannot let it happen a third time. Obviously, after a while, I forgot how sad I was at that time. And then maybe the next one comes and I fall head over heel again. But now, I always have those videos to look at and they act as a constant reminder to be wiser. YouTube has changed my life in endless ways, but I really am not good in words. So these are the only 4 ways that I can put it into words. And at the end of the day, it's Christmas today, and my wish for you, I sincerely hope that, first of all, I sincerely hope that you have someone to call tonight if you're spending Christmas alone like me. Second of all, I hope that you've already found that one thing that gives you your purpose in life. For me, that's YouTube. For you, it might be something else. Otherwise, I hope you find it in 2024. And finally, if you were thinking of starting a YouTube channel, I hope you don't wait another minute and don't let yourself give yourself another excuse to not do it because just start. Done is better than perfect. Even if your first YouTube video is shit, at the end of the day, it's for yourself. In the beginning, you're literally doing it for yourself. Just start. Like, I beg you. So, cheers to YouTube. I don't want to burn my sweater. And Merry Christmas.